Welcome to the kitchen where we make everything but pasta. Today I'm going to be making a chicken cheese steak sandwich, which is just super easy to make and very delicious. For this I have 2 chicken breasts here that I'm going to slice very thin, some spices to spice the chicken with, and then the same spices we are going to use for our peppers. Today I have some already pre-cut frozen peppers that I'm using. You could easily use some fresh peppers. And then I also am going to dice 1 onion. So we are going to use the pre-diced peppers that I have already in the freezer. I have another pepper here that I think I might add since I have 2 large chicken breasts. I'm going to dice this onion, and we're going to mix it up, and then we will prepare our sandwich. So let's get started. So the first thing I am going to do is dice this onion. Since we already have the peppers pre-chopped, I'm going to just chop the onion, and then we'll start with sautéing the vegetables first. I already have some red peppers from the freezer that I've already chopped before, and I am going to add a little bit more, maybe another half of the pepper. So we have in total about 1.5 pepper, 1.5 of the yellow pepper and 1.5 of the red peppers. I do like a lot of vegetables in my chicken steak sandwich, so I like to put quite a bit of it, but if you prefer to have less, then by all means you can reduce the amount of peppers that you put in there. So here we have our vegetables now chopped off. I'll put the onions beside it as well, and then we're going to go to the stove and start sautéing our vegetables. So we're going to turn the heat on medium high, and once the pan is a little hot, we're going to add some oil and butter. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of butter and a couple tablespoons of oil. So I'm going to add vegetables to it, the onions, both the red and the yellow peppers. We want to saute this for about 4 to 5 minutes, and I'm going to add the spices, the same spices that I'm going to add to the chicken, we're going to add to the vegetables. So I'm going to add some salt, a pinch of pepper, freshly ground, a dash of Italian seasoning, a pinch of red chili powder, and some crushed garlic. And while this is sautéing, we're going to go and slice our chicken into very thin pieces, and then add the seasoning to that as well, and then bring it here and sauté the chicken as well. Okay, so we have these 2 chicken breasts that I've put them in the freezer for a little while just to get them frozen enough that I can slice it really thin, and it's easier to do that. So I'm going to just go ahead and slice it very thin, and then we are going to season that. I'm just going to go finish this, and then I'll come back and season it. I'm going to put this in a bowl and add all the ingredients for the spices to it. See how thin the slices of this chicken are? We're going to add the spices now. So to this chicken I am going to add 1 tablespoon each of ginger and garlic paste, salt to taste, about 3/4 teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon of red chili, about a 1/4 teaspoon of black ground pepper, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then I'm going to mix it all up. I do like a little bit of spice in my chicken, so if you don't like the heat, you can omit the red chili pepper. Okay, I'm going to bring it to the stove now, and we are going to saute this chicken in batches so that we get the chicken nicely golden and crisp. So our peppers are ready, and transfer them to a bowl and use the same pan for our chicken. We're going to turn the heat on a medium-high heat. We're going to add a couple of tablespoons of oil and another tablespoon of butter. We're going to saute our chicken in batches here. want the chicken to be golden on the other side, on both sides. So we'll just flip them. So I'm going to continue with this chicken. Oh no, this batch is done. I'll add the second batch in, and then we will combine the chicken as well. While we let the chicken rest for a few minutes, we are going to toast our buns in this pan and then have the buns ready as well. So we're going to slice these buns just enough to open, and then use our hands, break the open itself, and then stick it here and give it a few minutes to toast. Let's see, the buns look nicely toasted. So now we're going to put the vegetables back in here. And we'll add our chicken and all the juices from the chicken. Smells amazing here. So now it looks like now the chicken and the vegetables are nice, finely mixed and warmed up. I'm going to take some out. You can put the cheese on it now. Please melt with it. Today I am going to be using a cheddar and a mozzarella mix. You could use provolone cheese or Havarti cheese. Today I don't have that handy, so I am going to just use what I have on hand. And I'm going to cover this up for just a few minutes until the cheese melts. I'm just going to let it melt, the cheese, and then we'll assemble the sandwiches. So the cheese has now melted, and we're going to add it to our bun. God, it looks so delicious. Look at this sandwich. Wow, we're now going to go do a taste test. Can't wait for this. Here we have our Philly, not necessarily Philly, our chicken cheesesteaks inspired by the Philly cheesesteak, and I'm going to give it a taste test, but I think I have to cut it in half. It's way too big for my mouth. Look at that. Okay, let me give it a taste test. Oh, wow, this is so delicious. Oh my God, you must try it. This is amazing. It is so tasty. The chicken is juicy, the vegetables all soft, the cheese just melted, and the taste is just out of this world. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more delicious recipes. Thanks for watching. Bye.